I don't see any equal signs anywhere. Expressions do not have equal signs. That's an obvious distinction, but it's really important. So here's just an example of evaluating an expression. They mean to put a number in for the x and put a number in for the z. The proper terminology for that is to substitute in -2 for x and substitute in 6, the given value, for z, using these parentheses because this means multiplication, so we have to indicate that multiplication there. So we substitute in -2, substitute in 6, and simplify. 3 times -2, following our order of operations, is -6, plus 6, of course, comes out to 0. Very simple one, but just the skill of substituting important here. Sorry about that mistake here. So let's try one. Here it tells us to substitute in -6 for y, 3 for x, and 2 for z. For some reason that's difficult for some kids, but let's make it so that it's not. Just take your time and write exactly this, but with that given value for y, which is -6, in the numerator, the given value for x, which is 3, in the denominator, plus the given value for z is 2. Let's simplify that fraction. -6 divided by 3 is -2, and -2 plus 2 is 0. And it's getting windy, so I'm going to turn the window in, make less racket for us. Let's try that again. Now here, I really want people to get good at using parentheses for indicating multiplication. This is 7 times z, and I don't want to start using or use the old x anymore for multiplication. I don't want to write 7 times 2 because we might confuse that for a x or an x. Let's always use parentheses to indicate our multiplication in this game. So we substituted in 2 for z, and we will substitute in our given value 3 for x, and then plus, that says -6, so plus -6, another good spot for parentheses. You can always use parentheses. Multiplication before addition or subtraction, so we'll multiply 7 times 2. In order from left to right, we have some multiplication here. 2 times 3 is 6. And now it's all addition and subtraction from left to right. I've got 14 plus 6 is 20. And 20 plus -6, same thing as 20 minus 6, is 14. Sorry about my little hiccup there, but that is a 1. And we get 14. So let's try another example, or move on. Here they want you to interpret the words first. This reads 5 squared. You need to be able to write 5 squared. The instruction says to evaluate the expression, which is what we've been doing in the last problem, so the final answer would be 25. These words you'll see in lots of word problems, and you'll always see those, so make sure you understand decreased means subtraction. 20 decreased by 17. Twice 6 will be 2 times 6. And I'll run through these quickly. The product, we should know product is multiplication, so that's 8 and 10. 8 times 10 is 80, of course. Quotient is another one we're supposed to know. Quotient of 96 and 8 would be 96 divided by 8. Or you could write 96 over 8 as a fraction, because that also means division. And 96 divided by 8 is 12. And you can use calculators if you need to, of course, for stuff like that. 10 less than 17. Now think about that in your head before you write it. 10 less than 17 would be 7, wouldn't it? If you had $17 and you had 10 less than that $17, of course you'd have $7. So it's tempting to write this, but that is not correct. 10 less than 17 would look like that. So that's one you got to be careful not to just decide it's always in order of the numbers. It is not. So always think about these things before you write them, but make sure you write them correctly. There's just a few more of those. I'm going to skip those for now. I'm going to do one more problem here. We're going to evaluate this expression for p equals 3. Then I'm going to evaluate the same expression substituting in negative 3. And then I'll do the same expression one more time substituting in negative 4. Then we will be done for today. So again, evaluating the expression means to substitute a value in for the variable and simplify. Using those parentheses will always be handy, so I'm going to do that every single time. So I need a 3. I'm going to do this one first. I need a 3 in here, and I need a 3 in here. Simple. Just substitute that in. Just put it in parentheses and change the letter to the value they gave. Put this in parentheses and change the letter to the value they gave. Now our order of operations is PEMDAS, parentheses. There's only one integer in either one of those. Can't do anything with that. Exponents would be next, so I have to solve this first. I'm just going to recopy everything. If I'm doing this properly, I always do one thing at a time. That way I don't make any silly mistakes along the way. Now I look at it and I know PEMDAS is parentheses, exponents, then multiplication or division, and I see some multiplication. That's next. And we are set up with nothing but addition left. Negative 15 plus 9 is negative 6. And negative 6 plus 9 is 3. Again, use calculators and you'll do just fine with these. So we get 3 for our answer here. I'm sorry if I made that look like a negative. That's a positive 3 for that one. Now we're going to solve the same problem again. Maybe change colors here. I'm going to put in negative 3 for P here and here. Again, parentheses. Sorry if I wrote over that, but you can read that, I hope. Same order here. I'm going to have to do that exponent first. So negative 3 times negative 3, of course, is positive 9. So again, one thing at a time. I got 9 there. Now I look for my order and I got parentheses, no, exponents done, multiplication is next. I could have just written minus 9 for that, but I didn't, and that's up to you. But make sure that you wind up with the plus negative 9 or just minus 9, because that is a negative 9. I almost want to write it that way just to make that clear. This problem here was the positive 3 times the negative 3. I did do that in my head. I get negative 9. I just write negative 9. That way I can't get it wrong. A lot of kids will put an extra operation or something like that and get it flipped. So now, in order from left to right, negative 15 minus 9 is negative 24. And negative 24 plus 9 is negative 15. I get negative 15 when I put negative 3 in. Obviously a completely different answer. And I'll run through the last one. P is negative 4. We'll substitute that in, and we'll be done for today. Parentheses every time. I think we can read that fine. So again, our exponent will be first in our order of operations. Negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. Positive 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. That's another strategy of doing that. Just get it in your head. Write the answer down. Negative 15 minus 12 is negative 27. And negative 11 is our final answer there. substituting the numbers in, you can do. And then if you use the calculator, you're pretty good with your numbers. You should get those numbers right every single time. Again, one thing at a time. Thanks for watching.